afternoon. I'm Jori from Jori's Sports Stories, and today we're doing like a impromptu type of Titans talk. Cause we went over to London. We went over to London and stunk it up for most of the game, if we're being completely honest. There's some things we need to address. There's some things about this team that I just don't like going into week 6. Now, it's the perfect time to address them because we have a bye week. And hopefully some of these things can be addressed, like the mutiny that's going on, like whatever Tier Tart is talking about on Twitter. He's being shady, but we'll get on that. I'll get on that in just a second. But my team is clearly at a crossroads. There's mutiny in the locker room. People don't want to be there, and they're not playing very well. And it's all because of one word: losing. So my biggest question is for my team is will the real Tennessee Titans stand up? Because it's you're inconsistent, and for the lack of a better terms, they've been being a little backwards lately. Lack of a better term. Let's talk about the offense. All right. Inconsistency as a whole unit. You can't just blame one person for being inconsistent, especially on the offensive side. It's more the whole thing. We all know what Tannehill is. Tannehill is what he is. He's excellent at play-action passes when he's protected. He's albeit turnover prone, and now he's injury prone. He's hurt again. We'll get into that situation in just a second because we just got to address a whole lot of stuff. But the play calling, inconsistent play calling. My wide receivers vary in consistency of how they catch the ball. Nick Westbrook-Akina has been clutch on the other side of D-Hop so far. But it has been some times, if we're being completely honest, that these things just aren't necessarily conducive to winning because of the offensive line also being inconsistent. I know that Nicholas Petit-Frere is not getting his job back because Chris Hubbard, for the most part, has done a pretty dang on good job. But I'm going to congratulate the purple feather brains on a well-earned victory. I feel like we gave that to you, but you earned it. The one thing I did want to get on is 3rd and 1 at the goal line. And your best player, one of your best players, Derrick Henry, is not on the field. What? Because it's what was the thought process? I want to know what the thought process was. Because at this point, it's what are we getting at here? Are we working backwards? It's 3rd and 1. You're in the red zone. You're deep in the red zone. Why is your bell cow back not on the field? Now, for my defense, because they're going to get their issues too. They're inconsistent. They're very inconsistent. And as much as they talk and as much pride is on that defensive line, they're too inconsistent for all of that. Shut up and work. They're on the field. Now, I will be very fair in saying that they are on the field way too much for my liking. If I'm being completely honest, the defense is on the field too much. Now, Christian Fulton in my secondary, he's starting to become low-hanging fruit, and people are starting to pick on him. But he was solid last year when he played. But he has an issue. He has a history of soft tissue issues, hamstrings, stuff like that. So his health is a concern. And now that the play is slightly dropped off, people are attacking him. They're on the field way more often. I thought last year was bad. This year, my secondary is questionable again. But I thought we had addressed these pieces. Like, I love Sean Murphy Bunting. He's very physical. I love him. My linebackers are physical, but sometimes they forget how to tackle, if we're being completely honest. They just flat out forget how to tackle, and it just irks me. Because I'll see them just whiff on a tackle. I'm like, you just can't put an arm out there? Not even an attempt to tackle. It's that bad. So whoever don't want to be here, and that's where I'm about to head to next. Whoever don't want to be there, they can get. Because it's like, you heard people like Jeffrey Simmons saying that there's people that don't want to be there. And then you had the whole thing with Tierra Tart going on Twitter or X or whatever the hell you want to call it. Who's mad now? Kiki. Tierra, your big butt can't stay healthy to save your life. So while you being petty on Twitter and doing all this extra crap on Twitter, get your strength and conditioning up, homeboy. Because when you are on the field, Tierra, Mr. Pop-Tart, we call him Pop-Tart. He's a menace. We all know what he did in the preseason game. But he can't stay damn healthy to save his life, right? But you on Twitter talking about who's mad because he didn't get to travel. He didn't travel because he's hurt. What's good of having a borderline elite nose tackle that's always hurt? While he's sitting there doing all of that. If you don't want to be there, he don't have to come back. That's where I stand with it. Because with the offense being as inconsistent and as let downy as it has been, the last thing I need is for my defense to start showing mutiny and not getting along with each other, because that's supposed to be the strong point of my team in the first place, is my defense. Tannehill's injury, I know it's an ankle injury, and he got I haven't read anything about the extent of Tannehill's injury. He had an MRI today. So I'll probably read that. I'll probably put out a post about that. But it's an ankle injury. And it was the same ankle. I think it's the same ankle he hurt last year, which is going to definitely affect the projection of my team moving forward. But I don't need my defense turning on each other while my offense figures itself out. The grand scheme of things is like this team just literally needs to figure out its identity, and quickly. Are they bad? Are they good? Are they average? Are they slightly below average? Are they just flat out horrible? Are they slightly above average? We don't know, because they have so many varying levels that it kind of just, they're there. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like it. I don't like it. And the consistency through the whole organization, offensive, defensive, coaching-wise, it needs to improve, if we're going to be honest. Now, with Tannehill being out, we got to see Chaos Mario, i.e. Malik Willis. And it's going to be rough. It's going to be a little rough. I love Malik. He has improved. Much to contrary belief, Malik has improved. He was flat out horrible his rookie year. But he knows the system. He knows how to run the system a little bit. He does have an arm. Malik is just so raw. Talent-wise, he's just so raw that you have to rein him in. They haven't done that yet. But with these, I don't know. That is true. He does need to be more decisive when it comes to where he's putting the football. I saw that too many times, and he takes too many unnecessary sacks. We did, after the King Cat had some things clearly going in the second half. The quarterback is clearly becoming an issue. I don't want Kirk Cousins, so those type of little things, it's not out there, but I'm about to extinguish the fire now. Because there will be some Titans fans that just fall off the edge of the roof and say, go get Kirk Cousins. No. And there's that. But they had some things going. It's just Tannehill threw a really bad pick right after right after, Lamar throws a bad pick. And we were right in the right position to capitalize. I think that was after that. We were in a position to capitalize off a mistake. And he threw that pick. I'm like... And then he got hurt. So it's like... The quarterback... We're going to have to limp into the offseason with this one. With that issue. And it kind of... It makes me mad. It really does make me mad. Because I feel like this was the season, like the one last year to prove it. But we got a whole lot of season to go. That's why I'm glad this is happening right before the bye week. Because traditionally, with Mike Vrabel-led coach teams, they come out when they go in, let me get this together. When they go in the bye week with some type of mutiny. Yep. And it's the first one because the offensive line isn't consistent. They're not very consistent at protecting them. And he doesn't really trust his ankles or legs like that anymore anyway. Because of that, he had to get his ankle surgically repaired last year. That's another way to look at it. So yeah, that quarterback journey is going to be a little rough one. But I believe Malik should be able, if Ryan Tannehill can't go, Malik, if they can rein him in and call the offense a little differently for him, this is me questioning outright. I don't know what Tim Kelly is doing. Some games he looks very good. Some games like this, where we do have good plays, and it's just conducive to the quarterback, I don't know. I don't know what to feel about Tim Kelly yet. But like I said, the bye week is critical now. Because the season theoretically supposed to get a little easier after our bye week, which is this upcoming week 7. I don't think so. We need to come out of week 7 and put the thing on the Falcons. I just want to see that so bad. No, I really had it planned to go to Nashville for that. But, other things happen in life. But, and then who's next? Do I got the Colts again? No, but I do know we play the Steelers. And I do know we still got to run through the rest of the AFC South. And we got the Panthers and the Bucks. I know those are all my remaining games. But it'll be very telling how. Yeah, the Falcons game is in Nashville. Because they're wearing the throwbacks. They're wearing the Oilers throwbacks. That's why I wanted to go to Nashville so bad. Because I wanted to see that in person. They're wearing the Oilers throwbacks that game. Yeah, so that game is in Nashville. Oh, I know. That's why I'm thinking. And we play very much different at home. Coming into Tennessee and coming out with a win is not very easy. So I expect a little bit different. And then it's kind of like the battle of philosophies. The original Mike Vrabel and the wannabe Mike Vrabel and Arthur Smith. But that was a game I wanted to go to Nashville to see. But yeah, we had the rest. We already played the Saints. But we have the Falcons, Bucks, and Carolina up next. We have the Steelers. We got the rest of our division. We got to play Indianapolis one more time. This time, that's going to be in Nashville too, so that's going to be a little bit of a deciding factor. Granted, if we look like we're horrible, we're probably going to lose. But that's why I'm like, this bye week, because of the way the other teams are shaping up, Pittsburgh is in the same boat as we are, if we're being completely honest. They don't know what they're doing over in Pittsburgh either. The Jaguars, they're starting to uptick a little bit, but they don't have I have concerns about the Jaguars defense. The Colts, they already beat us once, and then we still got to go through Houston twice. So this will be a very tale of the tape, tale of two halves, tale of two season-ish, where you come out inconsistent as heck the first 6 games of the season, and hopefully we either gonna flat out fall or we're gonna rise to the occasion. Neither here or there. This coaching got to get better. 3rd and 1 on the goal line and Derrick Henry not being in the game is absolutely not acceptable. I don't know what part do they think that that's acceptable, because it's not. The Falcons, I'm going to just go ahead and look ahead towards the Falcons because I'm thinking about it now. But with the Falcons, their offensive line is decent, but I like my defensive line better. And we should be able to get Desmond Ridder on the ground quite easily, if we're being completely honest. And their defense is prone to being vulnerable, to being ran on. So that Falcons game is pretty much, if you ask me, the perfect get-back game. Neither here or neither there. But as far as like playoffs and stuff, I'm not worried about playoffs. My team is too inconsistent to even think about playoffs. But we could still win a division and sneak up in there. If we're being honest. If we play to what I know that we could. This team is such an if team and I don't like it. Like, they get on my nerve. Like the whole Sunday. Hi, Dante. What's up? But like the whole Sunday, like my whole morning was ruined. Like, y'all don't understand. They ruined my whole Sunday. Especially the first half. I'm like, what is this going on? And then I had somebody tagging me on Facebook, antagonizing me on Facebook all the time. I'm like, all right, bro. Good game. Good game. Had that game actually, because it was supposed to be a home game for us. Had that game actually been in Nashville, I don't think it would have turned out very well. But that's me putting out excuses. I don't like to put out excuses. They ruined my taste for football until like 4 o'clock. If we're being completely honest. That's why I hate being emotionally attached to football teams sometimes. This is why you just don't like being emotionally attached to them. Because they can really put a taste in your mouth when they stink it up like that. And the thing is, that the one thing about that game that I absolutely agree with everybody else. They should have got to London earlier. Why would you get to London on Thursday or Friday for a game on Sunday? The Ravens had been there since Monday or Tuesday. We should have got there Wednesday the latest. Jet lag is real. There was a reason why the announcers were saying things like they look sleepy. Because they did look sleepy. And for the better part of a half, they played sleepy. Like, come on. We need to get it together. I will give credit where credit's due. In the division, Houston looks really good. I like what they got going on. Other news in the division as well. Anthony Richardson is also considering season-ending shoulder surgery. The Colts will probably never be able to keep shiny new toys shiny and new. at all. Because it's like, this is giving Andrew Luck 2.0-ish. This man is already hurt. Keep him hurt, though. I mean, not keep him hurt. Stay like that, though. Stay dysfunctional. I don't mean to keep somebody hurt. That's not the person I meant. That's not the person I am. Stay dysfunctional, though. I like it. But, I'm going to get up out of here in just a few minutes. But, I just had to do a little impromptu. We had to just break that down and get some of the frustration out. Because this team really does frustrate me. I don't know what to expect. It's like a box of chocolates. You'll never know what you're going to get. Word to Forrest Gump. Like, what? They frustrate me. But this was our just like little brief Titans talk. Catch me on Wednesday for a new episode of Jori Sports Stories. Minshew Mania is going to carry them to 5 wins. Maybe. They already got one off me. Well, that's a lie. They're going to have more than 5 wins. But Minshew is a backup for a reason. And they get waterboarded on a regular. Like, spotted 20-something points. Even though they make it look a little close. That's what makes me so mad that we lost to that team last week. We lost to them last week 23-16 because we couldn't generate offense to save a life. I was supposed to get up out of here, but no. As much ragging as I do on the Colts, and we lost to them last week because our offense couldn't start. Our offense couldn't getting started for nothing. Field goal. Thank God I got a field goal kicker. But these offensive woes, Lord, they got to go. Period. But that's it for real. I'll see y'all on Wednesday and any other time I feel like doing a little mini live, a mini rant. My Lakers, they looked pretty decent against the Bucks last night. I will admit that we lost, and Dame and Giannis did put a little show on together. I got to see it a little bit, but yeah. Go Lakers, tighten up. Y'all have a blessed day. They won't be tightening up for much longer if they don't play well, but that's neither here or there. I mean, look, I know you a Celtics fan. I respect y'all. I picked y'all to come out the conference over the Bucks. Oh, that was Kyle Phillips. The one person I was begging that he needed to get on the field. Yeah, he muffed that punt. Kyle Phillips. And there we go with selective catchability. Put Mason Kinsey back out there. I like what Mason Kinsey was doing in the punt return and kick returns and all that stuff. Don't put Kyle up there. Kyle needs his touches as far as the actual pass game, if you're asking me. But y'all enjoy the rest of your day.